You know? Yeah.
On the ones and twos.
You the engineer, all right? Listen.
You better engineer.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, it is the Trust Me, I'm Not an Expert podcast.
We are not.
And I am your host, Jay, and over there is Big Brother Tone.
Big Brother Almighty.
Tone, we're living in the best of times.
Worst of times situation.
I mean, you got to take it how it comes to you. But I'm talking about the television. The television.
It's definitely a tale of two cities. Definitely.
Get your Dickens on.
Get your Dickens on.
My point is that we got a lot of good TV on, and I don't know if you've been watching, but there's a little bit of a actor by the name of Pedro Pascal that's really getting to it.
He's getting the bag, sir.
At this moment, I would say he's in two of the top two shows that are out right now. HBO's The Last of Us, and what we're going to talk about is the season 3 premiere of The Mandalorian season 3.
Mando.
You say you got it?
Let's run it, bro.
I just want to take a moment to, first of all, what did you think of the first episode of season 3?
First of all, who was excited that it's back is me. I like how, for continuity purposes, they pick right up where you leave off. Him, Grogu, they out in these streets, right? He's trying to make atonement, get himself back right with the Mandalorian family.
You can't take your helmet off.
Can't take your helmet off.
All right. Otherwise,
you got to get right.
Otherwise, you're exiled and you're, as he says, an apostate.
You're an apostate, and you have to atone.
Did you peep how this episode was kind of like, hey, audience, if you didn't take the time to see the Mandalorian episodes in the Book of Boba Fett, don't worry, we got you. Here's what happened.
It gave you the little brief synopsis at the top, tried to, put it in a tight little bow.
But even in the episode itself, because, he kind of, first off,
you mean the flashbacks?
Well, no, you thought it was a flashback. I thought it was a flashback.
I thought it was a flashback.
But then Mando comes through and he's regular age. I'm like, oh, it's not a flashback.
I thought it was him. I was like, oh, this is young Mando getting his.
It's not
getting his armor for
the but then he comes through in the episode Naboo Fighter, and he just fucking pieces up that big ass dinosaur lizard,
the alligator turtle. he shot the alligator turtle in the ribs.
Yo, can we just talk about how the Mandalorians, what do they call it, the Watch? They almost got done by this big ass lizard. Like it was almost a wrap for all of them.
First of all, we're doing a whole ceremony in the water next to the house of the alligator turtle. All right, and nobody bothered to dip a toe to make sure, hey, we finna be out here doing our thing.
What do you think the lizard's name is?
Paul.
They parked in Paul's crib.
Paul
came out the front door like,
Paul was pissed.
What the fuck y'all doing?
Paul was clearly upset. Okay? Paul's like, hey, no loitering. Get off my grass. Paul was Stanley on Friday.
Bro. Paul was giving the Mandalorians the work. It was almost over.
Bro, he was stepping on them, knocking them around with his tail. He ate one at the gate. He came out.
Yeah.
Snack. All right. So now that I got my point across, who else wants some of Hollywood coal?
And it was almost over for them. And then Mando comes through, saves the day. I really thought it was a flashback though, because they had the little kid saying the code and all that.
His hair was dark and everything.
He had a little helmet that they gave him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, is this young Mando? And it's not. It's present day. He comes through. He saves the day, and then the armor is like, fuck you doing here?
Yeah,
we had it. You don't belong here. You took your helmet off.
Yeah. You can't be here with us.
And he's like, okay, awkward. I just saved the day, but hey, if I go bathe in the waters of
Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka.
If I go bathe in the waters of the mines of Moria, the holy waters,
the holy waters,
can I get back? And she's like, yeah, that's impossible because Mandalore is destroyed. But sure, if you can bring back proof, whatever, we'll let you in.
And by destroyed, they mean that the Empire, dropped some type of bomb that crystallized the entire surface,
shelled the whole surface.
Crazy,
shelled the whole surface. And this is the first time we're actually getting a chance to, see the surface outside of the Star Wars cartoon. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a treat for this season. Get a chance to see that.
Absolutely.
So Mando's like, all right, listen, I'll go bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. And then I'll come back and I'll be good. We'll be a family again. And he leaves, and he goes and go sees who? Mando.
Action Jackson. Go see my man Action Jackson that just took over the planet.
Who is no longer just small time. He's Mr. Big Time. He's running the whole fucking city. He's like, yo,
governor. What did he call
like
me?
He's high magistrate.
High magistrate. He's like magistrate. No.
Put the high in. Listen, you got to stop disrespecting the black man. He's like, yo, put the high in my shit. Yeah. I earned my title. Yeah. Yo, did you peep when they asked about first they asked about the villain, which was played by Giancarlo Esposito.
Yep.
And they were like, yeah, he got taken to jail.
Picked him up.
But then they asked about old girl.
They took him with somebody else I know.
You know what I'm talking about? They asked about old girl, the former wrestler, who got canceled from the show because she wanted to talk all crazy on Twitter.
Giancarlo.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, she got recruited by the Road Squadron.
So fun fact, and she learned a real life lesson. She did a film since her rant. I don't know how much it cost to make the film, but I know the film made $807.
What?
Not 807,000. Not 807 million. $807.
Man.
Can't be out here talking crazy about people.
Sometimes you just gotta holler at your Trump supporters and tell them to.
Hey man,
tell them to show up. At least for the bag. That's what Fox News does.
It don't work like that.
All right,
they going through it right now.
I chuckled a little bit when he mentioned her.
I laughed when I saw the 800.
They just explained her away.
For real, like she's.
She got recruited by the rebellion. She didn't stay.
No. She really is in that galaxy far, far away.
A long time ago.
Never to be sane again.
So Action Jackson, he's like, yo, listen, Mando, I'm glad you're here. He pulls up the holo map in his office, and he's like, just pick out whatever land you want. I'll give you some acres. Whatever you want. And he's like, and Mando's like, yo,
I just need the droid.
I just need a other favor. I got a task I need to do. He said, no, fuck all the tasks. I want you to be my lawman.
Set up shop.
I want you to be my lawman. You have whatever the fuck you want. And he's like, listen, I got some business to handle first. After that, later, he's like, fine, what business do you got to handle? He's like, I'm an apostate. I need to go bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka? Hold on. Lake Minnetonka.
There you go.
Yeah.
To atone for my sin of taking off my helmet to save this little Grogu. While Grogu is using the Force to just spin in the chair perpetually.
To just play around. He was like, I see you got the little. And he's like, his name is Grogu.
He's force pulling M&Ms to himself.
Was that but it was a bowl of orange ones. It was just
it was like candies. He was like, yo, just give me those. He kept force pulling.
Yank, I'll take that.
So cute. It's definitely Mandalorian. They're definitely pulling on the Grogu strings. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yo, we back. And then, he gets called into the square. He's like, yo, High Magistrate, we need you. We got pirates.
Got pirates. Trying to break into the school because I think it's a cantina.
Yo, he comes through and, these pirates are there and they're like, yo, we trying to get in. This lady won't let us. He's like, yo.
Talk about we used to drink here.
And he's like, yeah, it's a school now. So, no. But I tell you what, why don't you come back with me? We'll have a drink. We'll toast to your Pirate King success. Come on by. And he's like, nah, we rather come in here. Matter of fact, we gonna go in there and you get us a drink. And then that's when Mando was like, yo, we got a problem?
He hit him with the ice cube from Menace to Society. Yo, we got a problem here? Showed the blasters.
Yeah.
And under the Beskar.
And then Action Jackson was like, no, I got it. Hold on. I got this. And he's like, yo, friends, you don't got to do this. Hey, come on back with me. We'll have a drink. We'll talk about it. They didn't want to talk about it. Action Jackson gave him that business. And then Mando put the tip in. It was a lot of death and disruption that happened. And they pieced up like 5 dudes. One dude, the lead dude, was left alive. He was like, yo, get out of here and tell everyone that y'all can't be fucking around here no more.
No games being played. No games.
So after that, they got a statue in the square of the robot,
the Killbot
from
the HK droid
from the very fourth episode in season 1.
Season 1, 3rd episode.
Yeah, and it's the one that was originally hunting Grogu, and then ended up kind of siding. And he did a whole little "I'm taking him with me," blew himself up kind of thing, and then they put him back together. And he's in the square. And Mando has this idea. He's like, I need that droid. That droid I can trust, because that droid can go to the planet of Mandalore and test if it's breathable. Give me the scoop. He can also handle himself. And more importantly, I really don't do droids, but I trust this one. Right. And he's like, yo, this droid's gone, bro. What are you talking about? He's like, yo, that's what I want. He's like, fine. So they actually remove it from the square, like taking off a statue.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to bring it back to life. It comes back to life, all zombified, original programming, trying to kill. First thing it sees.
Kill Grogu.
So they gotta shut it down again. And it's like, yeah, he needs a new memory chip, and the memory chip is not available to get. They don't make them no more.
Then he has to take it to some gremlins.
So he takes it to the gremlins. The gremlins are like, yo, we can fix it, but not without the memory chip is what we need. And they don't make those no more. He's like, what if I can bring you the memory chip? And it was like, yeah, sure, we'll do it, whatever. And then Grogu proceeds to try to take the gremlin mechanic guy and just hold it like it's a pet.
And love him and pet him and stroke him and pet him and love him.
And Mando's like, that's not a pet. Put it down.
No Grogu.
No Grogu.
Bad Baby Yoda.
Oh man, so fun. So then he proceeds to leave. He's flying through space. Him and Grogu, they chilling, and they get a little action. The guy that they pieced up in the square,
he didn't like getting embarrassed.
He was a little upset, and they do. There's a little starfighting scene, and it was real good.
Very good.
They end up.
They didn't pull any punches.
They really end up. Mando ends up pulling the tricks. They really show like, yo, this Naboo fighter is a real fighter. It's real fast.
Like you don't see what I mean?
It's real fast. You're not gonna see me coming. He handles them. And then the Pirate King. You get a little peek at the Pirate King. Looks like Swamp Thing.
A little Swamp Thing action. Doesn't matter. He was out of there.
He ducks them. Doesn't matter. And then he goes to go see our favorite Mandalorian queen. What's her name? Forgot her name. I'm gonna look her up real quick. It's the redhead.
Her real name or her name in the
character name. Let's see.
Okay. All right.
Mandalorian season 3. Cast and characters.
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan. Yep, that's it. He goes to go see Bo-Katan.
Katie Sackhoff.
That's the actor. Goes to see Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan, as we know, used to lead the Mandalorians.
Yep. They
don't follow her no more because she does not have the Darksaber. Mando has the Darksaber. And or Din Djarin, if you want to call him by his real name.
Din Djarin.
She's just posted up in this beautiful ass castle that's just empty.
And
she's just posted up, just bored, just chilling, sitting with her thoughts. And she's like, fuck you want. And he's like, yo, I need to go bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah.
And I need your help. And she's like, I'm not helping you. I'm not helping nobody. I don't have the saber. You have it. They don't follow me. They follow the person who has a saber, and they're not following you. So everything's lost. She's just a real Debbie Downer.
She's just bitter.
She's just really, really depressed.
She's just bitter.
You know, she's just really upset.
Karen's upset because, you know, she couldn't have the party, couldn't have the potato salad with the raisins. You know, she's upset. They're selling water on her corner. The kids don't have a damn permit. She doesn't like this. Okay, you got the saber. I can't sell water.
That's funny. And she proceeds to be on some like, yo, you want to go bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka? Sure, go for it. They're not magical. Do what you want. He says, so is the planet safe to go to? The planet's dead. Go for it.
Go for
and
it.
And she's like, there's nothing magical about it. Our home is fucked. Go. And then he leaves her.
Yeah, because you ain't finna get this saber.
And then they kind of cut from there. I think that's the end of the episode, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe it's the end of the episode. It's interesting how a lot of these episodes, for The Mandalorian in particular, big fan of Andor and everything else, but The Mandalorian specifically, how it plays out like you were playing an RPG version of it. Where you have the option.
Tell me more, Precious.
Yeah, where you have the option when somebody asks you a certain question, depending on what's posed to you, you have the option of how you answer. It really puts me in mind of Knights of the Old Republic. So you have the option to build a relationship with the character.
He's talking Mass Effect, y'all.
I am. But it's just that much enjoyable to see it in live action.
I think what you're talking about is how it's pretty much a space western through and through.
I'll take it.
It's every episode is just Mando or Din Djarin, if you want to be correct, uses government.
Mando
and Grogu just getting into shenanigans. You know, every they're traveling somewhere, usually someplace new, and they're presented with some new thing that they got to solve by the end of the episode. And there's not really a lot of huge story to story plot devices. There's a little.
Yeah.
Like the whole point is for him to bathe in the waters, right?
Yep.
So you get a little bit of that. But the main action of the episode is him reconnecting with the characters that we know from previous seasons. You get to go see Action Jackson doing his thing in the high magistrate gear. It's looking all super fly. You get to go see him do a little TIE fighting, a little just star fighting. And then you get to go see what Bo-Katan was done up to, you know?
She wasn't doing nothing. Isn't it interesting how Pedro has the two very amazing series he's in right now, how in each of them he's responsible for a younger person?
Yeah, it's a typecast that, you know, is working for him.
I don't think he planned for it, but it just works.
It's working for him. It's the old, I don't know if you heard about this, it's the old lone wolf and cub trope.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Never heard of it.
It's called lone wolf and cub, and it's a trope that is seen through a lot of stuff.
Man on Fire, Denzel Washington.
Lone wolf and cub.
Ah.
You know, so it's just, it happens a lot. It's
okay.
It's a very, I mean, the last Wolverine movie, Logan.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's Lone Wolf and Cub. It works, and there's no reason why you should stop doing it because it works. It's a compelling story. Scale of 1 to 10, what do you give the opening episode?
Definitely a 7.
Definitely
a 7.
I agree. Just a good time.
It's a very good episode.
Good primer.
Very good time.
Just setting stuff up.
Just to pull you back in.
Nothing too crazy.
Hey, here's what's happened. Here's what we on right now.
But you're definitely entertained the whole time.
Buckle in.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
What are you looking forward to for this season? What do you want to see?
You know, we didn't see a lot of it, but we saw the training that took place with Luke. And I want to see more force powers from Grogu. I want to see what he's learned. I mean, technically, he is like 60. So his race lives to be like 700 to 800 years old.
Right.
So I want to see a little bit more of that, but I guess we couldn't see too much of that because then you introduce more Jedi mysticism. So without the Jedi involved, it would just be overkill. So they'll probably give him just enough to make it interesting. Mando is going to go through all the things he's going through, and people are going to need help along the way, and so forth and so on. And I need this part, and I got to get that. And just like a video game, we have to overcome something that I didn't plan for, but then we're going to get there, and everything's going to be okay. But it's entertainable. I am entertained.
Okay. The main thing I'm looking forward to is really the return of Moff Gideon.
Is he going to get out?
He's not written off the show.
Facts.
It's already known that Giancarlo Esposito is in season 3.
He's gonna be pissed.
I'm looking forward to seeing him, getting back to doing his villain thing because he's pretty good at it,
Christopher Pistofferson.
And I'm also looking forward to a little bit of a Ahsoka Tano cameo again because that's the next Star Wars series this year, if I'm not mistaken.
To my understanding, they're working on that.
Yeah. It's the next one up, if I'm not mistaken. So
I'm here for it.
They should prime it because they like to connect them a little bit. So we should see a little bit of Ahsoka Tano to set up the Ahsoka Tano show. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do that. Episode 2 came out.
That may happen. It may happen towards the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just to get a little tease, that's what happened technically in season 2. Towards the end of the season, that was a big surprise.
Yep.
Rosario Dawson was all make-upped up as Ahsoka Tano and doing quite well.
Grown Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
Who was out here getting it in with her teacher's son. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing episode 2. Looking forward to seeing that tonight.
Listen, this has been our reaction to episode 1 of season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Mando!
Join us next time when we talk a little bit more about The Last of Us season 1. Catch you guys later.
Let's go.